who had a 15-point lead at one point in the first half, now lead the Wizards 49-40. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier, and glad you're with us tonight as Washington looks to snap a 3-game losing streak after losing to the Nuggets last night, 117-87. That's 3 losses to Denver, Boston, and New York. And here are the stats after one half of play.
Well, I mean, they're pretty much even. Neither team shooting the ball extremely well, but you see Orlando with 4 more field goals made, 3 more attempted. Free throws about equal. Fast break points. Actually, Washington has the advantage there, 13-5. Also 5 block shots.
Gilbert Arenas led the Wizards in scoring with 22 points, the only Washington player in double figures. And Christian Laettner, you can see, had 8. After that, Slim Pickens, Mitchell Butler with 4, Atan and Brendan had 3 apiece. Tracy McGrady leads all scorers, had 28 in the first half, 21 in the second quarter. Juwan Howard 9, Tyronn Lue 5, Hunter 3, and Keith Bogans had a field goal. And after one half, the Wizards trail by 9. Washington will be in Atlanta Friday night to take on the Hawks. And Washington playing without Gary Stackhouse, Larry Hughes. They've been injured. Also tonight without Kwame Brown, who turned an ankle last night against Denver. Kwame celebrating his 22nd birthday today. Jarvis Hayes with a hamstring. He told me on the bus last night that he actually heard it a couple of games ago.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know if it was Steve Stricker, somebody telling me that it's been bothering him for a while. So, and that's it's nothing to play with because, boy, you pull those hamstrings and you're out for a while. So hopefully he can recover very quickly. He has that young body. Let's not forget about Chris Whitney, who's also been on the injured reserve list. So.
Right. Eddie Jordan spent the last 4 years as lead assistant with the Nets. Prior to New Jersey, he was the head coach in Sacramento for the final 15 games of the 96-97 season, and head coach the entire following year. Had a record of 33-64 in that span. Started as an assistant coach with Sacramento in '92. And what a career Eddie has had. Of course, grew up in Washington, Carroll High School. After he retired from the NBA, he was a volunteer assistant at Rutgers under Tom Young, Wizards assistant coach. He followed Tom Young to Old Dominion as a part-time assistant and then went to Boston College as an assistant under Jim O'Brien in '86 and then an assistant at Rutgers in '88. Played at Rutgers, led them to the 1970s. The ball first, T. Lue, T. Mack, Juwan Howard, along with Deshaun Stevenson and Andrew DeClercq. Jumper good. 30 points in the game for Tracy McGrady. It didn't take him long.
No, you know, he has really worked on his outside shooting, and he feels so confident in that outside shot.
We talk about this every time as Laettner shoots and misses. He wanted a foul, so did Eddie Jordan, who helps Laettner up off the floor. 5-on-4. And the Magic not able to take advantage. In fact, Juwan Howard has it blocked. Christian the other way is fouled by T. Lue. So the Magic look to be a little bit in disarray.
Watch out, Christian.
It goes right up to Derek Stafford to say something to him.
Yeah, I think he said good call. It seemed like it may have been a little exaggeration to that approval. Mitchell Butler coming over with a nice block on Juwan Howard. Richard Laettner never got across half court. He was really disgusted.
Eddie
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Talking to Sean Corbin, Baltimore, Maryland's own. Laettner tries one, no good. Jeffries scored the field goal, and he got fouled. And it's on Juwan Howard.
Christian Laettner has to be thinking, how much contact do I really have to get before I can get called and get to the free throw line?
Right. It is pretty devastating as a player when you're getting creamed like that with no call. Haywood, Brendan is fouled, and he'll shoot two. And if they called it on DeClercq, which they don't, would have been his fourth. It's on T. Lue, his second.
Well, Brendan remained active. First of all, that's the last play. the made basket, and then Jarrett missed the free throw. And it was Brendan that was real active in keeping that ball alive and coming up with the offensive rebound.
Haywood at 57.5% from the free throw line. Made his 40th start of the season tonight. Brendan averaging 7.2 points and 4.8 rebounds, and is 31st in the NBA in blocked shots per game, has 74 on the season. We understand that Juan Dixon now will not return for second half play after spraining his right ankle on the first play of the game. McGrady against Jeffries, 4 to shoot, fadeaway jumper, score the field goal, and he'll go to the line. What a play.
Well, don't let that slim build fool you. He still has a lot of strength, and he's able to fight off contact, likes to shoot the fadeaway shot, drops it in there. Well, it has to be on Jared Jeffries. He's the only one by there. I didn't see a lot of contact.
Me either. Jared's second personal. It seems like there's no spot on the floor unsafe for Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, and that he's not comfortable in pulling up.
Arenas over to Sean Stevenson and scores.
That has to be a three, right?
It is. And that's his second three-pointer of the game. And Gilbert has 25 points. So the two stars matching each other. Oh my! McGrady again.
This is starting to develop into a real shootout.
Arenas missed off the glass. Jeffries knocked it out of bounds. 36 points for Tracy McGrady, whose season high is 51. Leads the NBA at 27.5 points a game. And against the Wizards, he's just unconscious. 8 to shoot. McGrady from long range. That's a little short. DeClerc the rebound. McGrady again lays it off for Jawan. Howard draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. He hit Butler right in the nose.
He remembered Butler only a few moments ago blocking his shot out at the top of the key. Tracy this time dumps it off to Jawan. Jawan goes by the first defender. He wants to make sure he gets to the free throw line.
Jawan is 3 of 4 from the line tonight, has 9 points, 3 of 11 shooting, and 6 rebounds for Jawan. Also has 6 assists in the game.
I remember when Jawan played with the Bullets/Wizards, and never really came. I think his high score was 41, 42 points, but always came in with somewhere around 16 to 22 points.
Very consistent.
7, 8, 9, 10 rebounds. Yeah. Night in, night out, 4 or 5 assists.
The problem was people, after he signed that large $106 million contract, expected him to be a superstar and score 30 points a night, and it just wasn't that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that is superstar money now.
Right,
so.
right.
Boy, Gilbert Arenas continues to shoot the ball well. Boy.
27 for Gilbert, whose season high is 36 against the 76ers. 10-point Magic lead. Stevenson, what a crossover, but the pass is picked off by Haywood. Arenas ahead of the pack, lays it up, and he's fouled. No basket, but he'll shoot 2.
Well, Deshaun tried to shovel a lob pass from below his waist. Of course, the 7-foot Brendan Haywood had no problem catching it.
Yeah.
Watch this. Nice crossover there. Watch. Look how, I mean, it goes right into his hands.
That's the easiest steal Brendan will ever get.
That was a forced steal.
Arenas 3 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. Has 28 points in the game. He's 11 of 21 from the field. Couple of rebounds and an assist. Gilbert in his 3rd year from Arizona. That's the other thing when I talked to Ernie Grunfeld today. We talked about Gilbert Arenas. The guy is 22 years old, and you just have to love that. Ernie Grunfeld really likes Gilbert Arenas.
I mean, what's not to like when you see his skills and his ability out there as a point guard that can score points? But again, I mean, when you look at somebody with those kind of skills, you demand more from them, and you want to see them be the best they possibly can. And obviously, one of the areas of improvement needed by Gilbert is to cut down on the turnovers and be more effective.
Checks the clock with Stevenson on him, who knocks it out of bounds. 8 seconds to shoot. Sports Night at 10 o'clock and 1 a.m. on Comcast Sportsnet, presented by our friends at PricewaterhouseCoopers. Arenas around Haywood, leaning jumper, and Juwan is there. 7 rebounds for Juwan Howard.
Oh, another 3 for Tracy.
He has missed just 5 shots, Phil, in 20 attempts.
And I think most of those were early on, too.
What a night for McGrady, and we've still got 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. He's got 39 points, and the Magic lead the Wizards by 13. Our VW flashback takes us back to the playing days of Johnny Davis. His days here with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Johnny Davis, now the head coach of this team, who took over for Doc Rivers. And Paul Pressey, who has enjoyed an 11-year NBA career. Paul Pressey playing with Milwaukee and San Antonio, averaging better than 10.5 points, 5.5 assists, and nearly 4 rebounds per game. Also played a lot of postseason contests as well.
Both these guys pretty well, especially Johnny Davis. Played with him briefly at Indiana. Of course, he came into the league and got a championship ring with the Portland Trailblazers. That was his first year in the league.
Foul on Andrew DeClercq. There's
Pressey on the left, yeah. Johnny Davis on the right.
Fourth personal on DeClercq, and Christian Laettner back to the free throw line, where he is 2 for 2 tonight. Christian has 8 points in the game. Tracy McGrady has 39. His season high is 51. His career high was last season here against Chicago when he scored 52 on February 21st.
Yeah, that 53 by Shaq might be in a little danger.
Well, it could be. That's the franchise high, 53 from Shaquille. 12-point Orlando lead. Steve Buckhantz with Phil Chenier and our Comcast Sportsnet crew. Our producer Wade Rowland, director Chris Grain, and graphic artist Brian Rome. Oh my. 41 for T-Mac.
You know, you've got him there, 16 for 21, so he's missed 5 shots. 4 of them have been three-pointers. He's 4 for 8 from three-point range.
Holding foul called inside on Stephen Hunter. Third on Hunter. And that will send Brendan Haywood to the free throw line.
You know, and with all that, Washington down by 14 points, so still in striking range. They certainly need to try to cool off Tracy any way they can, and then utilize the hot shooting of Gilbert Arenas.
Laettner keeps it alive and tips it in.
Way to stay after it.
Veteran move by the veteran from Duke. Howard inside to Hunter, double team. Good defense. They kick it over to Lou. Team's long jumper, no good. Out of bounds, they'll give it to Orlando.
Well, Mitchell Butler seems convinced that Tyronn Lue was the last to touch it. He's looking for all the different officials to see if they come change their mind. But there's the last offensive tip in by Christian Laettner. Good hustle.
Arenas. McGrady penetrates, lost the handle on it. Spins inside, kicks it out.
Still in that key.
Long time, and a 3-second violation finally called. 8th turnover of the game for Orlando. The Wizards have committed just 7. And Washington a chance once again to get it into single digits, which they do. Gilbert Arenas with 31 points.
We've talked so much about Tracy McGrady and Gilbert. Like you said, 12 for 23. Made 5 free throws, 31 points already.
Jeffries for the open shot, no good. McGrady's jumper, a little short, and a loose ball foul on Orlando. Eddie Jordan will bring Lonnie Baxter and Etan Thomas back into the action. And Christian Laettner will be shooting free throws, so Baxter will stay out until Christian completes the free throws. Magic by 9. Laettner with 11 points. He got the start tonight. And in 25 minutes is 4 of 13, has 11 rebounds and 12 points, so a double-double for Christian Laettner.
He's been working extremely hard despite the frustration about not getting to the free throw line. He's 5 of 6.
13 points for Laettner. The Wizards on an 8-2 run in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds to climb back into this game. McGrady around a screen, long jumper, unbelievable. Three-pointer for McGrady. He's got 44 in the game. What a show he and Gilbert Arenas have put on. Arenas' short jumper no good, but he gets it back. Arenas challenges McGrady, and a foul is called, and it's on McGrady. Here's another look.
Oh, the second on Tracy, but well, this is the kind of matchup you kind of like enjoy watching.
Fun.
The two of them are just hot, and I think Gilbert probably sensed that as well. He took his man one-on-one. Tracy picks up his second personal.
Well, it is fun to see guys like that, legitimate superstars, challenge each other.
Is that his first or his second? I still see on the stat thing.
McGrady his first. Hey, attention Jazz fans. Join Kwame Brown, Gilbert Arenas, and the Wizards March 31st. They take on Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, and the Nets at 7 o'clock. Jazz legend Herbie Hancock will perform and be awarded the Jazz Masters Award at halftime. Call 202-432-SEAT to get your tickets now, or log on to WashingtonWizards.com. 2 free throws by Arenas, cuts it to 8. Tyronn Lue, the jumper, good. T. Lue, who won 2 titles with the Lakers in 2000 and 2001. Arenas, jumper, no. Tyronn Lue scored in double figures 28 times last year for the Wizards. McGrady lays it off to Howard, who didn't see it. Now he'll take the jumper, a little bit strong, and Thomas is there. Magic by 10 into Lonnie Baxter, who scores easily. Good pass inside from Arenas. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Wizards scoring from the paint. Oh my.
That ball hit every possible part of the rim before dropping through.
Talk about a hometown bounce. Bogans with 5 points. Mitchell Butler can't get the roll. Howard the rebound. Up ahead to Bogans. For McGrady, who penetrates, draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. It's on Lonnie Baxter, his third personal.
Kind of a delayed break. You see Tracy coming across the middle. Drawing the contact from Lonnie Baxter.
Steve Blake into the Washington lineup. McGrady has not shot the ball well from the free throw line tonight, 5 of 8. 45 points in the game for McGrady.
3:48 left in the third quarter, too.
You see his career numbers. His season high was against Denver. He's 17 of 24 from the field, 7 of 10 from the line, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 46 points in 31 minutes. Thomas squares off on Rooks and scores with a left hand. Magic by 11. Grady. 7 to shoot. T-Mac, tough turnaround. Unbelievable! He is blistering the net. 48 for McGrady.
And Steve, we're not seeing bad defense on the part of the Wizards there. That's an air ball for Steve Blake. I mean, they were trying to deny him the ball on that last possession.
13-point Magic lead with 2:50 to play. And McGrady has electrified this crowd in Orlando. And has 48 points in the game.
And I'll tell you something else that's in jeopardy. I think it's the record, his record, I should say, personal best for threes is 8. He's got 5 of those. The way he's shooting, he's 5 for 10 from three-point range. And I mean, good defense. They're forcing him to fade away, get the hand in the face, but he's already zeroed in on the basket.
28 in the first half, including 21 in the second quarter, and 20 points here in the second half. And this is still the third quarter.
I was going to say the third quarter.
Yeah.
With some time left.
Right. He'll try another one. No way! 2-point field goal, and McGrady has matched his season high of 51. Bad pass, but luckily Mitchell Butler gets it back. Bothered by Bogans. Thomas against Rooks. Matan pulls the trigger and hits.
Well, they want to do whatever they can to get that ball out of Tracy McGrady's hands. I mean, he's already proven that he can score and will. So now you try and keep the ball out of his hand.
Here he goes. That's way off the mark. And the rebound to Lonnie Baxter. Tracy McGrady 1 point away from tying his career high. Arenas off the rim, no good. Thomas is fouled by Rooks, and he'll shoot. 51 for McGrady. And now a correction on the official scoreboard. 50 for McGrady, 50 officially. They must have counted that last one as a 3 when it was only a 2.
Good offensive rebound there from Matan, and Gilbert was the player that made that possible by his drive, taking Rooks out of the play and allowing Matan the range to come up with the offensive rebound.
8 points and 5 rebounds off the bench for Atan Thomas. And Gilbert Arenas will get a rest. Arenas, the only one that could overshadow his performance is McGrady, because Arenas has 33.
That's what I said. I mean, you're so amazed and marveling at Tracy McGrady. You forget that Gilbert's having a heck of a game himself.
Yeah, he's 3 points away from his season high. Thomas makes them both and cuts the lead to 11.
And again, I was going to say, the Wizards just kind of hanging around. If they could get a couple of turnovers and force this guy to miss a shot.
Here he goes. Just missed that one. Tracy McGrady has taken 28 shots in the game, made 19 of them. Butler drives, leans in, and scores. What a play that was. 9-point Magic lead.
28 shots is not a lot of shots for somebody to have 50 points.
Steal by McGrady for T. Lue. Back to T-Mac. He'll pop the jumper. Got hit on the arm. Was he shooting a three or not? Couldn't see where he was on the floor.
No, just a two.
He'll shoot two. It's on to Sean Stevenson.
I guess the first two was for Steve Blake's number.
Right.
I saw him that. Well, I mean, the way he's been shooting, you got to figure somebody must have fouled him, even if I didn't see any contact coming from Steve Blake.
7 of 10 from the line from McGrady. Now has 51 points.
And the Magic, number 2, Deshaun Stevenson.
Deshaun Stevenson in the lineup for T. Lue. Teron has 7 points and 4 assists in the game, and McGrady now to tie his career high of 52.
In less than 3 quarters, too.
Butler drives. Nice move.
Finish. Nice finish.
Butler.
McGrady pops, rims it. And Bogans keeps it alive. 5-second difference. These fans want McGrady to shoot. They want a new career high. McGrady penetrates, gets pushed, fouled, and will go to the line.
And see, that's such a smart play. He's starting to change up. I don't know if he's starting to lose the legs to pull up from as deep as he has earlier in this game, but now showing the skill of getting to the basket. You know, 6'8" to be able to handle the ball that well, and you've got to defensively, you've got to play out on him strong the way he's been shooting, and that makes him even more capable of getting to the line.
McGrady 9 of 13 from the free throw line. He shoots 80.5%. And he missed them both, but Bogans gets it back. McGrady with 2 seconds fires the jumper, and that is the end of the third quarter. So Tracy McGrady, perhaps a little bit spent, perhaps feeling the pressure of knowing he's going to the line for a new career high.
He gives some credit to Mitchell Butler. I mean, he's really been trying to stay close to him, deny the ball. That time went up, challenged him on the shot, and I'm sure the fact that Tracy's been playing 35 minutes and has, 31 shots, that'll tie you down a little bit.
After 3, McGrady has 52, and the Magic lead the Wizards 81-72. 3 quarters have been played in Orlando, and we are witnessing a career performance from Tracy McGrady, who has tied his career high with 52 points. McGrady, who set the career mark back in February of last season against Chicago in this very building with 52, had 7 in the first quarter, 21 in the second, and 24 in the third. And he'll get a rest to start the fourth quarter.
19 for 31 from the field. The only drawback has been his free throw shooting, 9 of 14.
It has helped to overshadow somewhat the performance of Gilbert Arenas, who is 12 of 26 from the field and has 33 points. Arenas again. And a loose ball foul on Lonnie Baxter, and that'll be his 5th personal, I believe. Correction, 4th personal. No, it is his 5th personal.
Well, both teams in that last quarter scoring 32 points. Both of them shooting right around the same percentage. Washington 10 for 23. Orlando with 1 more field goal, 11 for 23. They're very even. Washington has to make up this lead, though.
Bogans for 2. The former DeMatha star was the 43rd overall pick by Milwaukee, traded to Orlando for cash this past June 26th. Arenas for Thomas, short jumper, no good. One of the things Tyronn Lue said that he learned from Michael Jordan as DeClercq collides with Arenas.
Looks like their knees colliding, both players limping.
Gilbert really limping now, and Eddie Jordan will want a 20-second timeout, which he gets. Arenas and DeClercq collided. One of the things that T. Lue said that he learned from Michael Jordan was when your superstar is not going well, you have to learn how to win without him. Forget, it's okay to put the pressure on him, like this team has let T-Mac carry the load.
Right.
But if he's not available to score all those points, you've got to somehow learn to play without the guy. And I'm not saying that Orlando hasn't been able to do that this year. They've only won 18 games. But you do learn a lot of things when you play with a guy like Michael Jordan.
Yeah. And keep in mind, he got to play with Kobe Bryant out there in L.A. too. So he's played with a couple of pretty good ball players. There's
that?
the two colliding. And it's like, both of them staying in.
Last year, the Magic finished 42-40. That gave them 11 straight years with a 500 or better record. But they won't get there this year. They can be assured of that. So for the first time in 12 years, they will not finish at 500 or better. And a loose ball foul is called on Christian Laettner. Number 4 on Laettner. And Tracy McGrady back in. You may ask yourself why. Well, naturally, to try to get his career high.
And you know what? And this game isn't quite over with. Washington keeps hanging around that 8, 9, 10-point range.
Howard fade away. No good short. Tipped away, and Arenas chases it down, but McGrady gets it back. And a short jumper, no good. Lonnie Baxter is there. Steal by Stevenson. Deshaun Stevenson. Alley-oop goes out of bounds, and the Magic turn it over.
Both teams showing a little bit of the fumbles that time.
Both teams with 9 turnovers. Well below their season averages. Jared Jeffries off the screen, shoots and scores. Jeffries, who hurt a knee last night, started tonight. He's 2 of 4, has 4 points. Stevenson guarded by Blake.
Boy, good pressure from Steve Blake.
For Juwan Howard, 10 to shoot. And getting tangled up with Jeffries is McGrady. And that'll give Orlando the ball on the side.
Well, obviously you want to be in a deny position when it comes to Tracy McGrady. If he doesn't have the ball, you certainly want to stop him from getting the ball.
Tyronn Lue checks back into the game for Orlando. Magic have beaten the Wizards 3 times this season. Inside, Stevenson hit and fouled, and he'll shoot 2. The last time that the Wizards swept the Magic was 89-90. The last time the Magic swept the Wizards was 99-2000. And they have a chance this year for 4 in a row as Stevenson makes the free throw. Foul was on Arenas. That's his first of the night. Gilbert still with 33 points in the game, and Tracy McGrady with 52. 2 free throws for Deshaun Stevenson in his 4th year from Washington Union High School, which is in Fresno, California. Baltimore's Sean Corbin with a foul. It's on Juwan Howard, his 3rd. I mentioned Deshaun Stevenson. Remember back to the when the Wizards had the All-Star game at MCI Center 2001?
Right.
He finished 2nd that year to Desmond Mason in the slam dunk competition. Steve Blake, double team. They go to Laettner inside. He's bumped with no call. Thomas is there to slam it in. Magic by 11. McGrady fouled by Blake.
Foul number 2.
His 4th personal.
Blake going for the strip. The main thing is they want to try and get that ball out of Tracy McGrady's hand.
And with 9:07 to play in the game, the Wizards are over the limit.
Wow, I was thinking that was a good foul because they didn't have that many team fouls. I didn't realize that.
Tracy McGrady sets from the free throw line and misses again. He's missed 3 straight free throws and still looking for a new career high. He's 9 of 15 from the free throw line. And Tracy McGrady has a new career high of 53 that matches the franchise high set by Shaquille O'Neal. Arenas fade away, missed it. Rebound to T-Mac. Soars inside and misses a layup. Arenas for 3. Tip up, no good by Thomas. Atan gets the rebound and fights for it, kicks it out to Blake. He'll fire for 3 and rim it. .12 Magic lead with 8:21 to play. Alley-oop. McGrady inside, and a foul is called. And he'll shoot 2 more. Timeout with 8:21 to play. Tracy McGrady with 53. He goes to the free throw line for 2 more.
Really advanced. I thought he had a crook in his neck and his hip or something. He's trying to work it out.
Well, at halftime we saw a trick. It wasn't a trick shot performance. It was just a circus-like atmosphere here when they brought 3 large pigs onto the floor.
Hairy pigs, too. I happened to pass by.
See that.
What a pretty sight.
Tracy McGrady is bringing home the bacon here tonight with a new franchise high, 54 points.
I like that, bringing home the bacon.
Yeah. Amazing. 24 years old.
How about scary?
It is scary. So against the Wizards this year, he scored 27 in the first game, 35 in the second, 39 in the third, and 55 here in the fourth.
And keep in mind, that is his second 50-point game.
There he goes again. Howard chases it down. They're just going to feed McGrady now and let him try to pad those numbers. Here he is. Tracy lays it off for DeClercq for Howard. Juwan blocked inside, gets it back, blocked again. Shot clock is at 7. Did not reset. McGrady baseline, goes all the way, lays it up.
Oh,
and what an amazing shot by McGrady. .57 points for Tracy McGrady.
This is just too pretty to talk about. Just watch this. Unbelievable.
The 57 points by McGrady ties a Washington opponent high set by none other than Michael Jordan on December 23rd, 1992 when he played for the Bulls.
Nice standing ovation, too. We still got 7.5 minutes to go.
Thomas gets it back and scores easily. Magic by 13 with 7:20 to go. As the fans here at the TD Waterhouse Center have witnessed a career performance from Tracy McGrady. 57 points. Steve Blake around a screen for Leitner. Knocked away by Deshaun Stevenson. McGrady is held by Arenas. Oh my goodness! He threw it up. It didn't count, but nothing can stop McGrady tonight. Are you kidding me?
It won't count on the scoreboard, but we'll remember that shot as well. Yeah, Deshaun coming up with the steal and the finish with the flush.
McGrady makes the free throw to give him 58. Here's this play again. I thought we were going to get a chance to see McGrady throw up that long jumper again.
Off the glass, too.
Jeffries inside, flushes it down. 6:28 to go. Magic by 15. Fans want him to score 60. He's got 59. Tracy knocked away, lost it out of bounds, and turned it over.
Well, obviously the fans want to see him break 60. Believe me, everybody in this Wizard uniform and on the coaching staff do not want to see that. And he may have just a couple more minutes before Johnny Davis pulls him and sits him out.
Arenas, who had been stuck on 33 for some time, hits to score 35, and Gilbert is 1 point away from his season high of 36. Deshaun Stevenson. McGrady drives on Leitner, blocked inside, gets it back, and he's fouled. Tracy McGrady will go to the free throw line for the 21st time tonight. He's only missed 15 shots from the field. Standing ovation. Timeout in Orlando.
And then this guy here, Tracy McGrady.
So McGrady, who has the new franchise high of 59, besting the old mark set by Shaquille O'Neal of 53. Misses again. Wow.
He's missed more free throws than he has field goals, hasn't he? Or,
yes.
No, I guess now,
well,
he's
close.
20
He's
for
missed 7
now.
free throws,
Yeah.
and he's missed 15 field goals. 14 of 21 from the line. And has 60 points in the game. 60 for Gilbert Arenas, which of course is a new opponent high for the Wizards. The old mark 57 by Michael Jordan in 1992. Leitner takes the long jumper and misses a three. McGrady gets the rebound, and he has 10 rebounds, so a double-double, 60 points, 10 rebounds. Off a screen, rims it. Howard is there. Jawan blocked by Thomas. And it looked like it went off of Gilbert Arenas' hand.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Up ahead to Leitner. He lost it out of bounds and turned it over.
Well, he had a Thomas underneath the basket, took his eyes off the ball.
Hey, fans, on Wednesday, March 17th at 7 o'clock, come see Gilbert Arenas, Kwame, and the Wizards take on Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, and the Kings in their only appearance at MCI Center this season. Get your tickets now. 202-432-SEAT or WashingtonWizards.com. That's March 17th. T-Mac is fouled. He'll shoot 2 more.
Interesting to see how much longer Johnny Davis leaves him in there.
Right. He's got 8 in the quarter. So by quarter, Tracy McGrady, 7 in the first, 21 in the second, 24 in the third, and 8 here in the fourth. Total of 60 points. He is 20 of 36 from the field in 41 minutes of play. 15 of 22 from the line. 10 rebounds, 5 assists.
Wow. This is
he is an 80.5% free throw shooter.
And he's starting to get a little ticked off at himself.
He is perplexed. You know he'll come back after this game and say, had I made my free throws.
I'm taking that. I know he will be.
Well, had he made his free throws, he'd have 69 points.
Good man.
Thomas, no good. Stevenson there. DeClerk puts it up and in. Steve Blake for the jumper, good.
Steve Blake.
The last 60-point game in the NBA was recorded by Shaquille O'Neal on March 6, 2000, when the Lakers were playing at the Clippers, and he had 61. T. Lue doing what he is known to do, and that's squirm on the floor. Arenas is fouled.
Got it.
For the field goal, he'll go to the line. A new season high 37 for Gilbert Arenas.
With a chance to make it 38. And we talk about this so many times. His sheer strength and power to overpower Juwan, as Juwan is giving up the foul, but thinking that he's not going to allow him to make the shot. But Gilbert is able to continue with that shot and drop it.
Makes the free throw. 38 points for Gilbert Arenas. His career high 41 last year against the Wizards. Howard had it knocked away. 13 on the shot clock. 12-point Magic lead. Thomas lays it in. Strong move on Andrew DeClerk.
Yeah. He had to bring that right back into the face of the defender, DeClerk.
The lead is 10. Reach-in foul is committed
Timeout, Washington.
on Christian Laettner. Timeout with 2:42 to go in this ball game. Here, as Orlando has a 10-point lead on the Wizards with 2:42 to play. Tracy McGrady has 61 points in the game. Gilbert Arenas has 38.
And with all the hot shooting from Tracy McGrady, they still haven't been able to really run away from the Wizards. It's always been right around 9 to 12 points. And, you know, and I'm sure that's part of the reason, along with allowing Tracy, the way he's shooting, to get some of those records under his belt. But I'm sure Johnny Davis also didn't want to take him out because he's been the only one really carrying it.
62 for McGrady. A new career high in free throw attempts now of 25. He's 20 of 37 from the floor. And in 43 minutes of play,
I said the 20 field goals made that ties his career. Is that?
I got to check that because it was either 18 or 20.
I thought you said 20. Oh, nice play. Gilbert with a nice lob to Jared Jeffries.
Howard, baseline jumper, no good. Arenas is there. Arenas to push it up for Washington. And an offensive foul on Gilbert Arenas. His fourth personal.
His fourth, no team foul.
McGrady tied his field goals made with 20.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes.
Tied his field goals attempted with 37. Stevenson lays it up and in.
It's Sean Stevenson.
Spinning, a nice move by Etan Thomas. And Andrew DeClercq has had no answer for Etan Thomas tonight. Etan with 18 points and 11 rebounds.
Foul number 2, Steve Blake.
So
His 5th penalty situation.
for Etan Thomas, that ties his career high, which he had against Cleveland, 18 points. Boy, the Magic from the free throw line tonight, 65%.
They've had a lot of them, too. It's at 24 for 37. It's at 25-38.
10-point Magic lead with 1:24 to go. Jeffries misses, gets it back, it scores easily. The Magic lead is 8. To shoot. Stevenson puts it up, rejected by Thomas, and a 24-second violation. They will count the block. They will not count the block.
Well, there's been a lot of exciting plays, but mainly coming from these two guys. Gilbert Arenas there gets the three-point play despite the foul by Juwan Howard. And watch this reverse layup between two defenders from Tracy McGrady. Great play. That's our Subway play of the day.
And a timeout has been taken by Eddie Jordan. 43 and 7/10 seconds remain in regulation. Wizards had a 1-point lead early on. Since then, it's been all Orlando, but you're right, they've never been able to run away with Washington.
Right. And, you know, to the same note, Washington's never been able to dig into that lead and get it down to 4 or 5, not since the end of the first half there when they had it down to 6. But a lot of that credit goes to Tracy McGrady. I mean, he's kept the Wizards at bay. He's hit some incredible, incredible shots. And that's not to forget about Gilbert Arenas, who has also come up with a new season high.
Only once this season have the Wizards reached 100 points against the Magic. That was the last time they played, and they lost by 4. In the other games, they put up 91 and 92 points. A Magic team that allows 101 points a game, last in the league.
Yeah. In fact, 4 of their last 5 opponents have reached 100 points on them. So, again, in going over our keys, if you look at the recent history and the trend of the defense that this team has played, a lot of teams have gotten 100 points, a lot of teams have shot well. But Washington, they just seem, so far this year, they seem to have had Washington's number.
So Eddie Jordan strategizing during that timeout. His team is still in this game. Gilbert Arenas has 38. Arenas drives, down low Thomas. He gets fouled and he'll go to the line. Stops the clock with 39.6 seconds to play.
Foul number 45, Sean Rooks.
Etan 4 of 6 from the line tonight.
First in the last 2 minutes.
And he can achieve a new career high here with one of these free throws. (18 in the game for Etan with 11 rebounds. And he gets it, a new career high, 19 points for Etan Thomas. Off the bench in 23 minutes, and the Magic take time. They lead by 7. And 39 and 6/10 seconds remain in regulation.
Well, we said the guys are going to have to play additional minutes of time so far tonight, 23 minutes, but he has posted his 3rd double-double in the last 6 games. So it's good to see Etan kind of bounce back.
Wizards are on a 7-1 run here with 1:15 to play, and they've kept it close as we take another look at our Jim Coleman keys to the game that you mentioned.
Well, we talked about the over and under on offense, scoring 100 points and having more assists. They only had 6 assists the last time I looked. The under was the defensive side, keeping Orlando under 100 points and keeping them under 50% shooting. They're not shooting 50%, but obviously the 100 points, you can't account for the night Tracy is having. And then the rebounding total, Washington has the advantage rebound-wise. Secret weapon, well, I'd say that Tracy McGrady took his game to another level, and that was probably the secret. But Washington out-rebounding their opponents by 3. McGrady's
line, 20 of 37. He's hit 5 of 14 three-pointers, 17 of 26 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 62 points for Tracy McGrady. 6 turnovers in the game for T-Mac. He's played 44 minutes.
You know, I do believe this is my first time seeing someone score 60 points.
Well, you weren't too far from it. You scored 53 in a game.
Well, and I didn't see myself do that either, so if that makes any sense.
I saw it.
60 points.
Sean Rooks is fouled.
Foul number 36. John Thomas.
And Sean Rooks, who's playing in his 10th game, is 13 of 14 with Orlando on the season. 25 of 29 overall at the free throw line. Last year he played 70 games for the Clippers. Magic got him from New Orleans February 19th for Shammond Williams, another Arizona grad, now in his 12th season. Gets them both. Steve Blake's short jumper no good. Tipped up into the air. Christian Laettner has it. Throws it to Tyronn Lue into the backcourt, and Lue will score easily.
I forgot that Tyronn signed as a free agent and came down here. Tyronn, the only player in that backcourt. Maybe Tyronn called him. I can't tell, but I tell you, Laettner reacted immediately, just tossed it out to him.
As if it was his teammate.
You know, players do that sometimes.
Look at the smile on Christian's face as well. Wouldn't that be something if that really is what happened?
Watch him get the rebound, and he hears something or sees something, turn and flips it out to him. He's gone. There's nobody else out there but Tyronn.
Played the last 2 years with.
Yeah, even Christian has to smile a little bit.
Wow.
You guys ready to get loud? Let's do this one for T-Mac in the house tonight. Here we go. 1, 2,
Once again, the Wizards have not been swept by Orlando since the 99-2000 season. And T. Lue, in his 6th year from Nebraska now. All smiles.
We very seldom see him without a smile on his face. Over the 2 years we saw him, he was always upbeat, always positive.
Yeah, I like the guy a lot.
Yeah.
He came up to us before the game, gave us a big hug and a handshake.
The bubble.
Who's on the bubble in March Madness? That's the question. Will the Maryland Terrapins get in? We know his alma mater is there. Tracy McGrady, basically a local product, grew up 40 miles from here. Went to high school in Durham, North Carolina. Arenas lays it up, and Gilbert is in, and Arenas has 40 points in the game. McGrady urged to bring it up and shoot, but instead they'll go to Teron Lue, who will hold the ball, and they'll run out the clock. Record-setting performance tonight in Orlando. Tracy McGrady with a career and franchise-high 62 points. Gilbert Arenas a season-high 40, but the Magic, for the 4th time this year, defeat the Wizards. The final tonight, 108-99.
And what a night this guy here has had. Just a tremendous night. As I said, the first 60-point game I've ever seen in watching at any level.
Wizards lose their 4th straight and fall to 20-43 on the season, 6-24 on the road. Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Wizards basketball.